Well, welcome to Rose Bay in Sydney's eastern suburbs. Here by the sea, you're obviously going to find a restaurant where seafood hits the menu well. Got John Dory, hawksbill, squid, prawns, snapper, just to name a few. We're here to meet Judy and Michael, who've been running Catalina since 1994. Let's take a look. So if I'm a guest and I'm coming to Catalina, tell me, what am I going to expect in terms of service on the floor?
Unobtrusive perfection.
Wow.
Well, it's, you know what, everything has to be done very well. There are correct ways and incorrect ways for service. Having said that, wait persons really need to do that as unobtrusively as possible and in a very friendly manner.
The value of a smile when people first arrive, the value of really informed advice. You've got to have really good trained staff, but it's not enough. They actually have to really love what they do and really impart that to the people that they're serving.
It's like having guests in your home, and that's the way you sort of really would like people to feel.
So if there's one thing about this restaurant that really stands out, it's the way it looks. Tell me about what it's doing and your idea when you built this place.
That out there, to me, and our original concept for the place was the focal point, and which is obviously the way the building is built. We basically tore the building down. All that's left of the old building is basically 3 walls and the slab underneath. And when we built it, we were restaurateurs looking at a way that a space could be serviced while taking advantage of the view. Everything revolved in the design of the place around that, first of all, which is really comes back to customer comfort.
Yeah, and utility. I mean, from the point of view of the wait staff and of service, we needed everything to work.
We've got a generation gap here that's obviously working to great success. We've got father out the front, we've got son in the kitchen. Tell me more about that.
As far as the food goes, we all know what we like, being Judy, myself and Paul, but really, ultimately the decision about the food comes down to Paul, so you really should go and have a talk to him.
I think I will.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Cheers.
All right, cheers. Paul. Hello, man.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, good. Tell me, man, what's going on here?
I've got some blue mackerels that I'm going to cook today with sautéed kipper potatoes and caramelised onions. Okay, these are quite an oily fish.
Yeah.
Very good for you. Similar sort of flesh to a sardine. I'm just going to score these, just so I can get a nice even cook in the fish and I can get my flavours through there.
So tell me, mate, what's your philosophy behind your food?
We really love our seafood. I guess the philosophy here would be the simplicity, to really let the primary ingredients speak for themselves. Big emphasis on seasonality, starting to get a little bit more interested in sustainability, using our lesser known seafoods.
Yeah, cool. So not over harvesting the fish stocks.
That's right.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Once the pan's nice and hot, we'll put them in the pan, get the colouring. I'll flip them over. Throw a little bit of butter in just to foam up. Yeah. Baste them. And then finish with a squeeze of lemon juice just to give a nice gloss to the fish, a nice sort of glaze. I've just got my onion, which I'll put down just to form a bed on the plate. Potatoes, about 5 pieces. So our finish, blue mackerel. And just a touch of rocket salad. So
that's fabulous. Well done. So here it is, blue mackerel with a herb butter on some caramelised onions with potatoes and a little rocket salad. This looks fantastic. A few bones, but I don't mind foraging through there. And matched with the view, and it has to be Sydney's best restaurant view. It's paradise, it really is. So you've got to hand it to these guys. This isn't your average family restaurant. This is 30 years of heart and soul poured into one of Sydney's icons, right by the sea. And it's largely what I'd consider to be one of the world's greatest restaurants. And to be frank, I'd be here any day of the week in what Michael refers to as his living room, sitting down, drinking wine and eating good food.